Hey everybody. Everybody, this is Martin Williams. Thank you so much for tuning in to Playbook Radio. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. All the links are at gameplanplaybook.com. Today, what I wanted to talk to you about is something that I think is one of the most overlooked reasons people don't reach the levels of success that they're after. And it's not because they don't want it bad enough. It's not because they're incapable. Sometimes it's simply because they don't understand the language of success. And many years ago, I took Spanish in high school. My teacher, who was actually American, was very adamant that we only speak Spanish in her classroom. And even though we were in suburban Virginia, that was the rule, and we had to adhere to it. She wasn't just trying to get us to pass a test. She wanted us to become immersed in the language, because immersion is how you learn. Whether it's Spanish, German, Chinese, Japanese, or English, a lot of people say English is one of the hardest languages to learn as a non-native speaker. The way you learn is being surrounded by it. You have no choice but to speak it. So what does that have to do with success? Everything. Success has its own language. The problem with most people is that they're not even studying it. They're speaking their own language and wondering why they're not getting results. Now, there's layers to this. There's inner language and then there's outer language. Outer language is about communication with others. Inner language is about creation. And that's why so many self-help teachers and mental performance coaches focus on self-talk, because your self-talk isn't where it needs to be. You're sending your brain messages that work directly against what you're trying to create. If you're saying things like, I hope I get the sale, I hope I pass this exam, or this client is so difficult, I just wish they'd give me a break, that's not success language. Success language sounds like, I got the sale, I got the promotion, I got the job, I made the play. That's it. That's the language. So here's how I think about it. When I traveled to Poland, I was in Warsaw, and outside of the airport, most people didn't speak English. I couldn't just walk in and expect people to understand me. I did a lot of pointing, and thank God for debit cards. But the point is, when you're speaking the wrong language, people look at you like you're lost. And that's exactly what happens internally when you speak failure language, doubt language, or confusion language. The successful part of you, and every person has one, doesn't recognize it. It doesn't activate. But when you speak the language of success, that part of you understands exactly what you're saying and jumps into action. And I truly believe every person has the potential to be great, regardless of the grades you got in school, where you came from, or what training you had. Talent helps, of course, but in the absence of talent, understanding how to activate a success mindset can not only close the gap, but it can outperform pure talent. Nothing beats pure talent with the right mindset, but so many talented people don't have the right mindset, and that's your opportunity. In the playbook, principle number 5 is all about belief, faith, and confidence. And faith in this context is about self-talk, that inner language that we've been talking about. The first step to speaking the language is knowing what the correct language sounds like. Once you know it, you have to speak it, and you have to speak it consistently. You have to become immersed in it. Tony Gonzalez, a Hall of Fame football player, is a great example of this. Even though he had Hispanic roots, Tony grew up in the States and never had to learn Spanish. But when he decided he wanted to become truly fluent, he moved to Mexico, to a place where people didn't speak English. He had no choice but to learn. He had to learn to survive, to get around, to function. And I think a lot of people end up in financial trouble, relationship trouble, or business trouble for the same reason, because they have to learn the language. Sometimes it's what it takes. The question is, do you wait until you're forced into it, or do you start learning now? So that's why I created execution codes, because it's not just about speaking the language, it's about hearing it consistently. Because when you hear success language repeatedly, you learn to speak it better. You learn to speak it more naturally. So when you need it, it's already there. If you need a job, you don't say, I need a job. You say, I got the job. I'll start Monday. That's inner language. You're talking to yourself, not necessarily broadcasting it to the world, but you're programming yourself to move in that direction. The goal isn't just to use this to get results. The goal is to master it so that you can access it whenever you need it. Whether it's something tangible like a house or a car, or something intangible like more courage or more wisdom or more clarity. When you learn to master the language, you'll have access to the things that you want. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you soon.